All right, guys, I'm going to say something super unpopular and I don't care. I was homeschooled in the 90s. I got an education unlike any of my peers in the United States because our education system sucks. We've decided the goal is easy rather than learning or education, which is what our children need. Like, the reason we're seeing the situation we're seeing in the world is because no one's been trained to think critically to the point where they really can't even decipher true and false narratives when they're being shown images on a screen. This is 100% due to lack of education. And as someone who was homeschooled, my mom was insane educating us. Like, I was taking the SATs in 7th grade, scoring higher than your average 12th grader. I was in the top 1% of everything. The last time I even went to school, it was 2nd grade. I sat down with the teachers. I read through to the 6th grade level. And by the end of the year, they looked at my mom and said, "We can't do anything with her. You'll have to homeschool her." Because they couldn't even challenge me. The reality is we are training our kids and educating them per the slowest common denominator in any class, holding back the intelligent kids and not producing an education system that can meet every child where they are. Instead, we're forcing them all into one tiny bucket and asking them to all behave the same way without really thinking about it, and then wondering why they can't act independently or think for themselves in the world and need to affiliate and cling to tiny groups to feel like they have some kind of identity. Then we feed them full of some kind of bullshit that you need to belong, it's part of you. Like, no, we trained you to belong. You don't need to belong. You belong because you're here. God made you, you belong. There you go. And exactly as you are too, because God made all the variety here. If God wanted one kind of person, there'd be one kind of person. So to say that any race, creed, religion, or color is God's favorite is absurd, because a loving God wouldn't make many things if he had favorites. A loving God would just make his favorite and favorite all day. That's not who our God is. You can tell because as you look around the world, there is variety. And so you get to know that everyone gets to be exactly how they are because they were made that way, and you belong because you're here. You don't need a bunch of other humans to be like you to teach you to belong. I've never understood this. I hear people say, like, there weren't any dolls that looked like me. There aren't any people doing that looked like me, so I didn't know it was possible. I've never looked for anyone like me to be doing anything that I'm up to, because no one in the world is doing what I'm up to because I'm me and no one else can or would. It seemed like a dumb concept to me. I don't care what you look like. I don't care what your color is. I don't care what body parts you have. You don't inspire me because you look like me. I was born this way. You inspire me if you feel like me, if you operate your virtues like me, if you run your ethics like me. Then we have something in common. And I can tell you right now, the people like that come in all shapes, creeds, sizes, and colors. And that's my tribe. So I love you. That's enough.